Well, going green, saving green, you can do both, actually, if you have the startup cash. Some new homes using lots of energy efficient and recycled materials. The greenest get the LEED Platinum certification from the U.S. Green Building Council.
But even better, these houses deliver huge energy savings, often a 75% or greater savings compared to a basic standard home of the same size. So we sent Jeff Flock, and he's been spending this Earth Day going room to room in a zero energy house in Dexter, Michigan. How do you run the refrigerator?
Well, they call it zero energy partly because, you know, what they do is they generate electric power with a solar panel out there, and I've got a camera outside that we can show you the solar panel. When it's a sunny day, pretty much today was fairly sunny, with the sun, they then generate electricity, send it back to the grid. So they're generating their own power, and then when they need power, they get it themselves. Here's the plans for this thing as we look back here. Structurally insulated panels on the roof, all on the sides. That's a very tremendously high insulation value. And if you look at the timber framing, the last plan down there, that's all timber framing. And so that enables the place to go together without any kind of steel or any kind of 2x4s or anything like that, you know, it's a lot of construction waste, and that's a generator too. But you talk about the heating and cooling costs. It's huge. I want to throw up a graphic that gives us some sense of the heating costs if we were to use oil. Look at how much heating oil has increased. You know, we talk about the increases in crude oil. Well, it translates out to heating oil, and that has quadrupled since the year 2000. If you look at electricity, the cost of electricity tremendously high too. So what do? You don't want to use electricity. You don't want to use natural gas, which is high too, and you don't want to use heating oil. Dave Inman, we're now in the basement, and what are we looking at right here?
Well, what we have here is a water furnace geothermal system where we extract heat out of the ground, and it's brought into the home, and we're doing that in an very extremely efficient.
Right. So what you've got is pipes running down. You see some of the pipes there. Those go down into the ground, and there are loops that run through the ground. And what's it? A constant temperature down here, about 6 feet down, is what?
In this area of the country, we're right around 52 degrees year-round.
So you're taking taking this water, and just tell me how it works. If Bob can sneak back here, I'm asking him to do an awful lot. But this water comes through the unit and does what?
Yep. What we do is we bring the 50-degree fluid in here, and then what we do is we compress it, and it's raised up temperature. When you increase the pressure, you increase the temperature. And we get that up to about 160 degrees, and the air flows by that coil, and it warms the air and heats the house.
So instead of heating 0-degree air that you would in the winter, you've got 50-degree air that you've got to heat, which is much easier.
Yeah, and we're actually stealing 4 parts of energy from Mother Earth and using 1 part of electricity to heat.
And the same way around, guys. In the summer, you're basically cooling 50-degree air as opposed to using that 50-degree air to cool, as opposed to trying to cool 75, 80-degree air. So tremendously efficient. Dave, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Next hour, come back next hour, because, you know, you talk about, well, maybe I can't afford a greenhouse. That is $27,000 for that unit up front, but say that, you know what that is? That's about $50 extra a month on your mortgage. What you would save in your monthly costs for your energy would be about $150 a month. So you'd have a positive cash flow even if you invested that up front on your house. So that's one thing. But next hour, I want to tell you some companies that you can invest in if you're interested in green, if you think green is going to be big going forward, companies that you can invest in and make money. We'll tell you where they are and how to do it.
That's what we want.
All
awesome.
right, Jeff. By the way, we should mention it's a lot of money up front. Eventually you save money, but it is substantial, a lot of money up front.
But if you're borrowing it anyway, you're only paying $50 a month extra on that mortgage, and you've got a positive cash flow.
All right, all right. Jeff, thank you very much. We're going to see you in the next hour with more stuff. Appreciate it. All right.